Hey, cool phone. Welcome to the Pokemon. Today we're talking about Pokemon movie. That's why we're on the movie reset. All movies give a review to, even the Pokemon stuff. So if I do anything Pokemon that relates to movies and stuff, probably from too. But yeah, so we're doing the movie. Today's Pokemon movie we're talking about for today's video is Pokemon I Choose You. I just watched this for the first time. Didn't know much about it other than I knew it's kind of like Ash's kind of origin story and how him Pikachu and stuff. And so it seems, after watching it, I do have some opinions and stuff I want to talk about at the end, near the end, where I want to put in more spoiler territory. Some of it might not be, but not knowing what people would consider spoiler, I'm just going to talk about it later after we go through all the general stuff and do that. So it's about Ash, going to first of all getting his Pikachu. That's not really, you kind of get to the point. It's basically the origin, kind of. And then he meets these other two people who you might know, you might not, probably don't know. These new people. You think you're going to be somebody else, but they're not. But you meet the two other people, and then it goes off, and they go on an adventure to find Ho-Ho and stuff, and because he got a thing, and then they go to find Ho-Ho. That's basically the movie. Them asking these two other people going with him to find Ho-Ho. That's the movie. I liked it. I do have stuff I want to talk about later on, like I said about it. But overall, the animation was great. Music I thought was fine. A fun little movie that I feel like is its own little thing, not connected to like the Pokemon shows or some of the other movies. It's like its own, like, here's another version of Ash Ketchum, like its own thing. And then some people are gonna be like, oh, it's connected. I'll be like, no, not connected, because a lot of things I would say this screws up. If it is connected, I'm like, it does not connect with the show at all. If you're like, oh, this is another one of the movies that connect kind of like with the show or something, like, no, it doesn't. This kind of like its own thing. I had to do the show because they would screw up the entire show and screw up a lot of things if that was the case. But let's get into what else do I want to talk about in spoiler. The movie's great. I do enjoy this movie. I do think it is great, but it's not one of the movies I think connects with I think the shows. Like the first movie definitely felt like it could have been an episode, like an elongated episode. Like it feels like it fits in the universe of the show, so it's like in the same, just like a special episode. Like, you know what I mean? It's in that same universe where it's not like, oh, the movie's its own thing. It's not connected to the show. They're connected. To me, they always felt connected. And because I think they went to the other episode with Mewtwo, so that's another reason why. But the movies felt connected, but then this one is definitely its own. Like, we're doing a new version of Ash, coming Ash, and have this little story we want to tell. It's great, and I actually really enjoyed it. But I think it's gonna be Ash missing Brock. You might be a little mistaken, so it's not day one. I'm like, you probably thought it was the trailer day one, but kind of. We'll get to that when we get to that. But let's get to the rating. I want to rate this thing so we can go to talking about the stuff. This is a movie that I'm going to give a solid 8, because I think they did a lot right. There was some stuff I have problems with it. I think I would give this one an 8. I wouldn't want to give it a 7, but I was like, and overall it's like pretty much good. I can't really give it a 7. I'm like, it's not that bad, so yeah. It's an 8. I really enjoyed it. I was going to give it a 7, but I was like, I was thinking about it between 8 or 7. I'm like, tell you an 8. There's nothing. It is a bad one. It's just little things. I'm not sure that big, and any problems that happen not that big to worry about doing it as its own, to bring it down that low. Like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, no. It is an 8, though. It is good. I recommend it if you've not seen it. Check out Pokemon I Choose You. Now, we're going to get into spoiler talk, the stuff I want to talk about. So, as obviously in the beginning, gets the feather for Ho-Ho. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. He gets the feather for Ho-Ho and stuff. At the beginning, it's basically like how it happens in the show. A couple things a little different, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. I mean, it's not but pretty much the exact same. And then obviously, he saves Pikachu from the sparrows and gets that. And he gets the thing from Ho-Ho. And then after that, it's like, oh, Misty's gonna come in and like in the show. Nope, it doesn't follow anything after that. He does catch the Caterpie. I'm like he does in the show, but it's a little differently. He goes and traveling and fighting some gyms. He fights Erica in the beginning of it. I'm like, oh cool, we got you actually finding a gym and getting a gym badge. That's cool. I know missing Brock though. They technically are gyms, so technically he will have to meet them, and they are in the universe, but like they're not like his buddies, or not yet in this version of Pokemon, because it's a little different. Because in the original, he met Misty immediately, and Brock not long probably thereafter. So it's like in this one, it's like that. Because also this one has a thing where I was like, this is the first generation of Pokemon, like the first generation of Pokemon. 150. That's what the movie I thought was going to be, just like those. And I knew Ho-Ho was like yes, he was in the first episode. That's fine. That's fine. You know, your second generation, that makes fine because you were in the first episode. Fine. But I was like, Coco's fine. If it's about, even if it's about Coco, I'm fine with that. But then we go to Pokemon Center, and then we see somebody with Lucario. I'm like, Lucario, that is the fourth generation, so woody. And I give you shit. And then we see other Pokemon from second generation, Pokemon third generation. I think we see a couple from that I think of from third generation. I don't remember if we saw any third generation Pokemon. We're kind of, it's curious. We had to at probably some point, but it's weird. That's the one generation. I'm like, oh, did they skip? There's no way they skipped it, but they still May at the end, so I guess they didn't. But we see that, then we see like Incineroar, like Marshadow, Incineroar, like okay, you got all these new Pokemon, so it's like, okay, so we're not just showing the original Pokemon, so we're showing all Pokemon, like, hey, all the Pokemon are just connected, like, all the Pokemon are just already here. We don't have to go through it, like, every season. Hey, look, there's new Pokemon for some reason. I don't know how new Pokemon just appear, and it's like, nobody's like, oh, that's a new Pokemon. It's like, Pokemon, they just don't appear. I guess they can, but I don't know. But, other things, like, when I think of other things that it had, like, almost this, was like, here's the best moment of the, there's also a movie with, like, sort of like, it's the best moment of the original show, because we had him catching Butterfree, him saying Pikachu, getting to like Pikachu, Pikachu getting to like him catching Caterpie. It also turns into a Metapod in this movie, then turns into Butterfree, and then he meets the girl Butterfree, and they do the whole bye Butterfree thing. I'm like, okay, you're trying to definitely choke out a lot of the stuff from the first season. You find Charmander, I think you get him the similar way. I think he finds him, like, because he finds him, a trainer is abusing him, doesn't really want him anymore. And then he eventually gets him and trains him and eventually becomes a Charmander. And a Charizard in this movie, I'm like, your Pokemon are evolving way too fast in this movie. Even I can't, they don't evolve that fast in the games even. So, like, that's even a little fast for me. But, great. And also, more days could have passed in the anime than we see. You don't know. It doesn't have a specific, like, day, like, oh, it took him, like, 10 days to do it. Even though the movie's only an hour and something. It probably took him maybe 10 days or something, so probably a little longer than you think, but he gets, like, a Charizard in it, and I'm like, okay. And Charizard listened to him. I'm like, Charizard doesn't really listen to him at the end, but I'm like, with this whole thing, I feel like that has to in the episode with the person leaving the Charmander, because I remember there being an episode like that, or at least Charmander being left on the range, so maybe it's the same thing, so that's also might be copying an episode. It feels like they're copying, like, a lot of the best moments from the episodes, or even the show, putting in a movie, adding to this block. I'm like, it's fine. Like, I think it's fine. Like, it's fine. They're doing their own thing. And then, there's a point at the end when they get to Ho-Ho. At one point, where Ash is, like, Marshadow is, like, doing stuff to him, making kind of, like, say things he doesn't mean to. And he eventually sits down and, like, by a tree, and then he, like, Marshadow, like, jumps into his head and then starts messing with him. And then it's like, oh, But, there's a point where Marshadow, like, makes Ash go to sleep and has a weird dream. It's like Ash, but, like, without Pokemon. Like if that was in the real world, like Ash is in, like, in Japanese, like, he was in, like, Japan, like, actual Japan, like, not like because there was, like, a plane in the sky. He thought it was a Ho-Ho, but it was a plane. It's like a regular class. He was, like, in, like, a regular, like, anime, like, a regular, like, Slice of Life, I guess, anime, where the kids go to school or something. Like, I can't think of one, like, I guess My Academia, like, Bleach, or what the school, at least part of it, with, like, yeah, it looks like a school. It's not the best anime to sing, but they have the fighting stuff in it, but you know what I mean, like, when it comes to the actual school. When I think of an anime that I watched that has, like, that's just about, like, a normal everyday school kind of life, but not that many is 100% focused on that. Usually something else, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's kind of weird asking, like, the real world. I'm like, there's a Pokemon. That seems weird. I actually kind of want to watch that. Can we get that like, a version of Ash and maybe Brock and Misty, like, in a setting like that, but in, like, a high school kind of setting like that, and there's no Pokemon. Maybe Pokemon's like a game, an actual, like, make it like an actual game, make it like an actual card game or something. I don't know. You can make it like that, but not like an actual, like, Pokemon on actually real. That'd be actually interesting. We're getting onto this one long, but I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Also, Pikachu talked to this movie for a couple seconds, but I'm like, I saw it like, what the with that? What was that? I was like, Pikachu, I am gonna have to ask you, and I'm saying this in the nicest way possible, please shut up. And the nicest way possible, because I do not, the only time you should be talking is in the when you're Detective Pikachu, it's the only time you should be talking, because that was weird, and I did not like the voice. I'm like, that's not what I think Pikachu would sound like if he could talk. So that's not the voice I would give him. It's also, we've seen Detective Pikachu and stuff, so we kind of have an idea of what we think Pikachu is, his voices. I'm like, I would prefer Ryan Reynolds, but there's other voices I would work too. But that's not the first thing I would come to. So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of like, maybe not that. Meowth to be one of the Pokemon that can talk. Obviously, if you want to do an episode with the Pikachu talking, I mean, that's one thing. But like, I was like, it just felt so like, I didn't like it. And I was like, no, that's the one thing I didn't like. Pikachu talking. I'm like, no, Pokemon shouldn't. No, I didn't like the voice actor. There's more point. Not to see what's bad and like, but that's not going to think of Pikachu. Also, I know this movie came out before Detective Pikachu, and I'm watching this for the first time after that, and seeing Detective Pikachu, and that's like what I think Pikachu is kind of now. Ryan Reynolds, but I'm like, yeah, and that I think I think he's like Pikachu when it comes to like a Pikachu talk like that. It's Ryan Reynolds to me now because of that movie. Got spoiled on that, but yeah, like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the voice he did. It was only a couple sentences. It wasn't like, it doesn't destroy the movie or anything. It doesn't, but it's like, it's just a little like, maybe you could see somebody else, but I don't know what Pikachu, I guess would sound like, but I like Ryan Reynolds, but yeah. The other thing at the end is shows for the credits. That's the other thing I can think of. At the credits also shows when they do the credits. There's two other things I want to talk about. One, I know it's going along, so there's one thing before the credits. When when the other guy who got rid of the Charizard, he's like evil, a little bit. He gets redeems himself at the end, but he goes up, puts the feather on the thing, and he's like obviously not a good person, so it messes it all up. And Marshall takes all the Pokemon that are there and turns them evil. Definitely they're not. It's not like evil clones, because it's not similar to having like a powerful Pokemon like Mewtwo making clones, and making evil clones of all the Pokemon. No, it's not like that at all. And I'm saying that as in, it doesn't feel like that. Like a scene from the movie was like, oh, here's all the Pokemon, and they're evil. Like, it's not like the exact same Pokemon, so it's not like they're fighting the exact same version of themselves, but it's like, it's evil Pokemon. And also, Ash kind of died in this movie, and he kind of came back at the end. I'm like, liking Pokemon the movie. I did like it taking all the best things from the original Pokemon, and I'm not against that, because I think you did well. And I'm not going to say anything like the animation is great, and you did everything well. So it's like, kudos to you to take some of these things that you might have. These two particularly, the one I'm talking about now with the evil Pokemon stuff, the stuff for Pokemon the first movie. Probably, I might be the one who saw that, but I'm like, I saw that, and I'm like, kind of like that. Also, at the end when they do the credits, they show like, oh wait a minute, that's Brock? That's Misty? It's starts showing everybody Ash ever like teamed up with in like the actual show. I'm like, what? Because they are not in this. And you're acting like, yeah, here's all the people Ash that teamed up with. Like, you don't show them teaming up with them at the end or anything. So that's kind of, at the end you don't see them with any of them. So it's like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. So do they eventually, do you meet them? Is this part of the connected universe with the actual shows? I'm like, no. I mean, technically, I guess the ways it could be, but I feel like there's too many things that it just doesn't work because of certain episodes, but certain things like the Barbara Butterfree thing and stuff, it just doesn't work. So I'm like, okay, so why are you showing all these people Ash in the original anime does hang out with, and you didn't put them in this? I'm like, okay, they're not even in the connected. It's not connected to the original show, so I don't know why he's showing me all the characters he's been with for the last 50 years of shows we've been watching. I know it's not 50 years, but the last 20 or how many years Pokemon's been on, it's all connected. It's all one Pokemon universe, and now you're like, oh, here's all the characters from that. I'm like, great. This movie has nothing to do with any of that, and all those years of TV shows and movies and stuff. So why are you showing it? I don't get that, but it's not like it's bad, but it's like, okay, showing all these characters who are not in this movie, and nothing to do with this movie, and technically he doesn't even know probably any of them except for maybe Brock and Misty because they're gym leaders. He would have probably had to meet them, at least in a gym setting, so it's like, okay, it's weird, and I know I'm rambling on the film movie a lot, but in the end, I do like it. I do think it's a great movie. If you're a Pokemon fan, check it out. Just some things that I felt were a little weird, but in the end, I do, like I said, give it an 8. Great movie. Check it out. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like Pokemon RTC? You probably did, because it is a good movie. There's a couple things that I have questions for, and I just talked about them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. You guys can always stay happy because see you in the next video. And this video was actually longer than I thought it was going to be, but so let's end it now. See you guys in the next video, cool fam. Bye and stay epic.